The International Olympic Committee President Thomas Bach has held a video call with the missing Chinese tennis player Peng Shuai. She's said to have told him she's safe and well, but wants her privacy respected. A 16-year-old boy has been shot dead in the Sudanese capital, Khartoum, in a crackdown by security forces on protesters who are marching on the presidential palace. Pro-democracy groups have rejected the military's reappointment of the Prime Minister, deposed only 4 weeks ago. A member of the Palestinian movement Hamas has opened fire in Jerusalem's Old City, killing 1 person and wounding 3 others before being shot dead by police. The attack occurred near the Al-Aqsa compound. And Manchester United Football Club has sacked their manager, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, this after a string of poor results, the latest being Saturday's 4-1 defeat at Watford.
New videos purportedly showing missing Chinese tennis star Peng Shuai have been uploaded on social media accounts of people working for state-backed media. Peng has reportedly not been seen in public since she made a sexual assault allegation against former Vice Premier Zhang Gaoli. The editor-in-chief of the Global Times posted a video on Twitter. Hu Xijing says it shows Peng having dinner with her coach and friends at a restaurant in Beijing on Saturday. Hu also uploaded a video apparently showing Peng attending a youth tennis tournament in the capital on Sunday morning. Another reporter from the English language newspaper posted a video of Peng signing autographs at the tournament. The United States and the UN Human Rights Office have been urging China to disclose her whereabouts. Top tennis players, including Osaka Naomi, have also expressed concerns. The CEO of the Women's Tennis Association was not fully reassured by the footage. Steve Simon said in a comment, "While it is positive to see her, it remains unclear if she is free and able to make decisions and take actions on her own without coercion or external interference." Analysts say the Chinese authorities are hoping to defuse the tensions over Peng so the issue will not negatively affect the Beijing Winter Olympics that are due to open in about 2 months' time. China says it is downgrading ties with Lithuania after the Baltic nation allowed Taiwan to open a representative office under its own name. The Chinese Foreign Ministry announced on Sunday that relations will be changed to the level of chargé d'affaires. It's lower than other heads of mission under the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations, namely ambassadors and ministers. Taiwan announced earlier this month it had set up a representative office in the Lithuanian capital, Vilnius. Countries without diplomatic ties don't usually allow Taiwan to use its own name. Taipei is often used instead. Beijing recalled its ambassador in August after Lithuania approved the office. China's foreign ministry says that undermines China's sovereignty and territorial integrity. Lithuania's foreign ministry says it regrets China's decision. It says Lithuania reaffirms its adherence to the One China policy, but it maintains the right to expand cooperation with Taiwan. In May, Lithuania pulled out of an economic cooperation framework that China set up with 17 Central and Eastern European countries. Lithuania has also provided Taiwan with coronavirus vaccines. U.S. President Joe Biden turned 79 on Saturday, extending his record as the oldest person to hold the job. Biden announced the results of a checkup the day before. His doctors described him as healthy, vigorous, and fit to successfully execute the duties of the presidency. Biden was upbeat after returning from the health center, joking with reporters at the White House.
I feel great. Nothing's changed. We're in great shape. And so, I'm looking forward to celebrating my 58th birthday.
The president's health has been a focus of attention since he was inaugurated. He became the oldest U.S. president in history in January when he was sworn in at age 78. The previous record was held by Ronald Reagan, who was 77 when he left office. The Japanese costume designer Wada Emi has died. She was 84 years old. Wada was born in Kyoto. She began her career by making costumes for theater plays directed by her husband. Wada designed costumes for many international films. She won an Academy Award for costume design in 1986 for the samurai outfits she created for Kurosawa Akira's film Ran. Wada also won an Emmy Award in 1993 for outstanding individual achievement in costume design. She continued to work in her 80s. Japanese emergency authorities have conducted a joint exercise on Tokyo's highways and expressways. It was based on the scenario of a major earthquake taking place beneath the capital. Police, self-defense force personnel, and firefighters all took part in the drill on Sunday. The exercise assumed cargo had been scattered onto an expressway from a truck. Police removed the objects and checked for damage to the road. Emergency vehicles then rushed to the city center. Similar drills were held in more than 100 locations. In Sumida Ward, officials held an exercise to guide commuters to shelters. It's estimated that about 80,000 people could be stranded in the capital in the case of a major quake. The officials also set up evacuation centers. They took people's temperatures at the entrance to avoid spreading the coronavirus. People who had fevers were taken to a doctor. This drill was suspended last year because of the pandemic risk.
We cannot predict when earthquakes will hit. We hope to continue such drills for emergencies.
A government task force has assessed that a highly destructive quake could hit Tokyo and the surrounding areas within the next 30 years. A growing number of foreigners have been receiving training in Japan to become caregivers following an easing of coronavirus entry restrictions. In August, Japan resumed allowing entry to people from Indonesia, Vietnam, and the Philippines under economic partnership agreements. More than 200 trainees from the Philippines entered Japan last month after a 4-month delay. Following a 2-week quarantine, they started Japanese language and nursing care lessons on November 8th. They will continue such training through February. Then the trainees will eventually work at care facilities across Japan for 3 years while preparing to take exams to become certified care workers.
I'm so glad that I came to Japan. I hope I will be able to work as a caregiver and live here with my daughter, who is now in the Philippines.
There have been concerns in Japan's nursing care sector about anti-coronavirus entry restrictions on foreigners, as the industry has been suffering from a chronic labor shortage. Japanese figure skater Kageyama Yuma has won the men's competition at the International de France. It's the 18-year-old's second victory in this season's Grand Prix series. Kageyama headed into Saturday's free skate event in first place after a strong performance in the short program. His routine included a triple lutz and a combination quadruple toe loop, which earned him high marks for execution. He recorded a score of 185.77 despite some mistakes in the latter half of the program. His total of 286.41 was enough to finish above compatriot Sato Shun for the gold. Kageyama has now secured a place at the Grand Prix final. The event will begin on December 9th in Osaka.